Coming from CNBC, Hugging Face CEO says China is winning the AI race and dominating on open models. I come here and about every day I do a video talking about how China is winning the AI war, and a lot of people just think I'm a sinophile and not somebody that actually looks at what the hell is going on. So I kind of thought this was interesting to see the CEO of Hugging Face, an American AI company, say, yeah, no, in fact, no, China is actually winning this whole thing. If we go here, we take a look at it. Hugging Face CEO said China is winning the AI race with open weight models and could catch up to US model makers as soon as this year. Quote, they're clearly dominating on open models right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start dominating at the frontier either by the end of this year or next year at the rate of progress, he told CNBC's Squawk on the Street. So think about this. This is a CEO of an AI company literally saying at the frontier that he believes China is going to be there either at the end of this year, which it's August, so the end of this year isn't that far away, or next year, simply with their rapid progression. And this is one of the things that I've been talking about for a while. The other interesting thing with this too is if you look at Sam Altman, so Sam Altman at OpenAI, I think it's called their Astra. I think Astra is their new model. And one of the curious things about the Astra model is he has literally stated that he is trying to slow down development on the Astra model because of security reasons, right? And so it is something to consider is like what happens with the AI model. So with the push of the US government, with the push of the Trump administration to slow down progress, we've already heard Sam Altman come out. Sam Altman has literally stated he believes that the AI companies should decelerate progress, which is kind of weird. So either the companies themselves are going to decelerate progress, or the government is going to force them to decelerate progress. Or one of the things that I've argued before is I just think we're getting to the end of this particular technology branch, right? If you look at these LLMs, if you look at these models, there is a real, not that they will continue to get better, but I don't think they're going to continue to get dramatically better over the next couple of years. So for whatever reason, if progress slows in the United States, as progress is ramping up in China, it does make sense that in rather short order, China is going to catch up with us one way or the other. Fueling this revolution is the open collaboration and sharing ecosystem in China, while model makers in the US are, quote, building in silos and risk falling behind, he said. I mean, that's one of the big things that's going on in China right now. So much of what they're doing is open, right? It's open for other people to use. So basically, a whole bunch of incredibly smart people in China can get access to their models, can get access to their artificial intelligence, and make their own improvements, right? That was the boom of the open source movement in the United States. And that's what got us like the Linux operating system. Again, that was Europe or whatever, but that's what got the Linux operating system. That's what got us web servers. That's what got us so many of the core technologies that allow our modern technology stack to actually operate was based off of that open source movement. So think about it, right? We're closed source in America. So much of what's being done is closed source in silos. You can interact with it, but you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. You can't modify what's going on behind the scenes. And there's no value for you to really worry about what's going on behind the scenes. And so basically here, you have a few companies that dominate the AI industry where everybody is basically working on the stack. Again, it only makes sense that they would be accelerating. They would be improving, especially when they have a population that's over 4 times the size of our population too. Let's see here. The CEO, a proponent of open source models, blamed engineering mistakes for the recent attack on Hugging Face and said his company used an NVIDIA version of a Chinese open model to resolve the attack. And so think about this, right? So Hugging Face was just hacked by OpenAI, which was actually something to do with an Israeli tech company. That's just bizarre. Anyways, Hugging Face was attacked with the OpenAI model, with some whatever thing. They actually tried to use Anthropic to stop the attack. But again, Anthropic's Fable model was so kneecapped, so handicapped, they could not actually use it during a real world cyber incident. And so they had to go over and use the Chinese model. And think about that. I mean, that's the whole game. That's the whole sales pitch for the Chinese model. Oh, you want to play around with AI? You want to test AI to see what it can do? Use the American stack. Oh, you need to do fucking work? You need a model that's going to do what you tell it to do? Use a Chinese stack, right? Ugh. Anyways. Quote, AI cybersecurity is going to become a huge market in the US and in the world, he said. In this market, probably open models will be king, which does make sense, right? As we get more and more open models out there, it makes less and less sense to focus on OpenAI and Anthropic, right? The reality is they're sucking up your information. You really have no idea what they're doing with the data. They can change their models at any period of time. They can rip away access to your models within 90 minutes, as we've learned. There's all kinds of issues with Anthropic and OpenAI at this point in time, and so it makes sense that that open models, open weight models, or open source models is going to be the future for a lot of companies. Again, you sit there and you think about your risk tolerance. What is my risk tolerance for using a particular vendor, service, product, or whatever else? And I think there were a lot of folks out there that the risk tolerance for using OpenAI or Anthropic is just not going to be there. And so open source is going to make a lot of sense. The other thing to be thinking about this too, because a lot of people say, well, Eli, not everybody wants to buy a $40,000 GPU, which is true. But if you look at Amazon, if you look at Microsoft especially, they're building more infrastructure as a service, IaaS, designed specifically simply to run models. So just like you can go to Azure and buy a database service or buy a file service or buy whatever service through them, right? They got like 300 services at this point in time. Basically, you can go and you can spin up your own model within their infrastructure, right? So basically, your data is just going to your model, your server that you've created. You're now getting charged at whatever the rate Azure or AWS charges. You don't have to put $40,000 down or $200,000 down to initially be able to buy the server. You can play with it, you can test it, you can scale up, you can scale down. Again, it's fucking infrastructure as a service. You're just now using an AI model on infrastructure as a service instead of a web server on infrastructure as a service, right? I think that model makes a hell of a lot more sense for a lot of these companies out there than OpenAI or Anthropic does going into the future. And as the quality of these models keep getting better and better and better, I don't know. So anyways, there we go. There we go. The CEO of Hugging Face basically saying that China is whooping our ass badly. Badly. Maybe we should rethink our AI policies in the United States. What do you think about this? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link there too, down there too. With that, see y'all later.